And good evening and welcome to FTR Division 2. We're here at the Hungary ring. Sorry about the late stream, everybody. Load shedding is affecting everybody, including the commentary team here at FTR. So apologies for the late stream. Unfortunately missing out on Q1. But here we are in Q2. And we've got 14 drivers, it looks like, lining up, trying to make it through to the top 10 shootout. Last night, Division 1. Quite an interesting race, couple of safety cars, different tire strategies. So going to be quite interesting to see what the guys pull out tonight. Let's run you through the top. As I see we've got a new fastest time with a Sacred at a 1:16.8. He's followed by Avilach in the Aston Martin with a 1:16.8 as well. So very marginal between the Mercedes and the Aston Martin driver. Then you've got the two Haas drivers, Brad and Brian Lee Johnson. Really good performance in Q2 so far in their first runs, with a 1:17.4 and a 1:17.5. J-Boy running in next with a 1:17.5 as well. So really tight grid we've got here. The other Aston Martin of Hanku, just a 0-2 cool part of our management team as well, with a 1:17.6. Let's see who's out on track. Let's not sit in the pits. Get some telemetry going here as well. Oh, this is very wide from Electronica there. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure if this is an outlap or what is quite going on there. It looks to be like most drivers in the pits. Let's have a look at the Mercedes driver. He hasn't put a lap in just yet. So it says we've got a purple sector 1, but Codemasters is quite unpredictable with the purple sectors. So let's see. Let's stick with the Mercedes driver for now. A little bit of rear stepping out there on the bus stop chicane. Ooh, running wide. Oh, and that's going to be an invalidation on his first attempt. He's going to... it hurts around here when you invalidate so late in your lap and your ERS is gone. Can't just go for another one. While his teammate is at the top of the tables, sitting pretty with a 1:16.8. Looks like he's on another lap, so... Yep, let's stick with him. Let's see if he's up. Oh, so he's nearly 2/10 up on his best time. So this is looking like a stonking lap here from the Merc driver. So another purple sector there for Sacred. Let's see if he can round it off. He's really moving this lap. I wonder if we're going to be seeing some low 1:16s in Division 2 tonight. I'm sure these 16s are going to start dropping. There we go, 1:16.5, great lap from him. Puts a little bit of a gap between him and P2, 3/10 in it. But I think the guys up front there will be happy with their lap times. Obviously, we are going to be losing 4 drivers. Let's have a look at Rod in the Ferrari. He's out on track. Lining up a lap here. He's sitting with a 1:19.9, which currently won't be good enough to get him through to Q3. So let's see. Yeah, I see there's a yellow flag. See if anything's going on track here quickly. Got a slow, I think the guys are getting out the way, so let's stick with Ron. Oh, and Ron has invalidated his lap. So he'll have to try and build up some ERS and go for it again with the clock running down now. The pressure's starting to build up. Dixie Killer also on a lap here, trying to improve on his time. He's right on the cusp of elimination at the moment on a 1:17.9. So let's see if he can improve here. I don't think that's going to be safe for the top 10 with guys improving constantly as the track starts to ramp up. So let's stick with 60. I'm going to get on board here for the last corner. See a tight line straight in the car. That's a great exit there on the last corner. Oh, and really a great lap from him. Puts himself right up there into P3. Great exit on that final corner. So yeah, at the moment I see S11 must have had a moment. One of the Ferraris we've lost. Unfortunately we've missed that on the stream, but I don't know what happened to him, if it's a connection issue or if he lost the car, but one of the Ferrari drivers is out of Q2. So really we're just looking at out of the drivers left on track, we're going to lose another 3 drivers. Porfmace deciding he'll get a new pair of rubber rather than chance it. So Ron still trying to improve here. I think he's on his second lap on these tyres, if I'm not mistaken. Right, so Ron winding it up here, he definitely pulled out of his lap, so he's in a little bit of trouble here with only 2 minutes remaining. He's going to try and build up his ERS here and go for another lap clearly, but I wonder if he's got enough fuel in that car. I think he's already been out, on those tires for 2 laps, so I'll keep an eye on him. Let's see who else is on the lap. Most of the guys looking like they're quite happy with their current times and not looking for the second run, maybe trying to conserve a pair of tires for the race. Zero, I think, is on the lap here. Let's follow Zero around. That's a great line through there. Holding the gas through there. Purple 2 for him. Oh, I'm not quite sure. Codemaster's being funny there. So Zero, yeah, quite a quick driver actually. I'm expecting him to move up here on this lap. Definitely, hopefully, closer to those 16s. Let's see what we've got here. There we go, 16.6. That pulls him right up there. Great lap from him and pulls him straight into P2. So I'm sure Hanku will be very, very pleased with that. So great lap from him. Puts the pressure onto the guys for their last lap. Let's follow Stoffel around for a little bit. He's on the cusp of elimination, so he's decided he's going to play it safe, and he is going to go for another lap and try and improve on his time here. So let's see as he comes up towards the end of sector 2 if he is improving. So he's up a 10th and a half. That should put him up quite substantially. That should put him up to a P8 unless he's going to, eke out a little bit more time in the 3rd sector, which he's more than capable of doing, I'm sure. So let's see where this puts him as he is on the cusp of elimination at the moment. This might spell bad news for Top Gun. Yeah, he goes just ahead of Top Gun, and now Top Gun's in some trouble. If Porfmace and Ron can improve on their lap times. I'm just going to have a look at the drivers here. So Ron on a big lap here, he's half a second up. Still not going to be good enough at this current rate to pull him out. So I'll stick with Ron for now, and then we'll jump to Porfmace as Porfmace is a little bit further back. So let's see if Ron can. Oh, and he had a moment, and that's not what he wanted. That's definitely going to be an elimination, I think. Yeah, he knows it. Unfortunate for Ron. Let's jump onto Porfmace, and he's eliminated as well. So he's invalidated his lap. So that's unfortunate for Porfmace and Ron. They were on laps, but yeah. They look like they will be dropping out with the other Ferrari of S11, as well as Saki Birner in the LP. So Mercedes on top in Q2 with a 116.5, followed very closely indeed by the Aston Martin of 0. Then a really good showing from the Haas drivers, both making it through to Q3, Brad and Brian. Some very respectable lap times from them. I'll be like in P4, so our founder of FTR, looking pretty for a Q3 appearance. J-Boy in the Red Bull. Stoffel, his teammates, joins him in Q3. So let's see what the Bulls can do tonight. And Top Gun in the Alpine. Dixie Killer, sorry, as well, with a great showing there in the Alfa Romeo. So 2 Mercedes, 2 Haas, 2 Red Bulls, 2 Aston Martins, and 1 Alfa Romeo. So just to run you through that again, Sacred followed by 0 and Brad, the top 3 in the Q2. Avila closely behind in the Aston Martin. J-Boy, Brian Lee Johnson, Dixie Killer, T-Flu, Stoffel, and Top Gun are your top 10. So let's see what the boys can do here in Q3. I wonder who saved a couple of sets of softs and who has been using and abusing in Q1 and Q2. It's definitely time for Q3 here in the Hungary Division 2. Right, so while the drivers are sitting in the pits and checking their fuel just before they go on their outlets, let's have a look at the driver standings for Division 2. So the Red Bull of J-Boy sitting pretty at 79 points at the top of the standings. He's followed by Avilach in the Aston Martin with 62 points. So not too much of a gap, but you know, a poor performance from one car and a decent performance from another can swing things at this stage of the championship. The Mercedes of Sacred is followed up in P3. Brian Lee Johnson in P4, Top Gun in P5, Brad P6, Dixie Killer in P7, Zero in P8, Scully and Big Boy round off your top 10 in the championship at the moment. That's the drivers. Let's have a look at the constructor standings. So it looks like Red Bull Racing is currently leading with 98 points. They're 14 points clear of Aston Martin in P2 and Haas with 79 points in P3. Mercedes closely behind in P4 with 65 points and then a little bit of a gap down to Alpine with 45 points. So quite a close championship, and obviously in these early stages of the championship, well, early stages, but we are in round 4, but it is a short season, so you know things can swing quickly here. And this track is known for safety cars, a couple of DNFs, some crazy things. So let's see what we get tonight. Last night was certainly interesting in Premier Division. Whole bunch of different strategies, some really fast cars, some really crazy moments. But I suppose that's racing. Let's have a look if anybody has actually started the lap here. So Brian looks like he started his lap, so I'm going to stick with the Horseman here as he's a pole contender for tonight and quite high up in the championship as well. So the horse driver using some really lovely apexes and using all of the road available to him, which is great to see. Really looking very smooth on this lap. Nice. Car's getting out of the way. He's always good to see. Oh, that's taking it right to the edge of the track. Looking like a great banker lap here for Brian in Q3. as he rounds off the final corner. Let's see what he's got. Using all the road yet again. Oh, that's a great time of a 16.2. So that's the fastest time we've seen tonight. Let's see what the other drivers. J-Boy was quite far back in the Red Bull. 7/10 really to find. Let's have a look at the other drivers. Also, J-Boy has invalidated. I'm going to stick with the Mercedes. Looks like he's on a hot lap, although he's taking... No. Yeah, I think he is on a hot lap. So also another pole contender here in the Mercedes. He's been looking very quick this season. Tipu. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably butchering your name. As he puts his car into P4, just behind his teammate Sacred. So the Mercs have been looking very strong throughout of this championship so far. Let's have a look at the Aston Martin of Avilaka. Avilaka, a very quick driver around here. He loves a good crispy tight track. So this is right up his alley. Let's see what he can do in sector 1. Looks like a purple sector. Also using a lot of the road there, almost a Sergio Perez moment where you dipping that rear wheel in the grass, but he seems to have gone away with it. Oh, that's a bumpy exit if you're going to ride those curves. Zero with a 16.2 just to pop the Aston Martin just in front of Brian. It's a great lap from him. Apologies for not being on board with the other Aston Martin for that. Great lap from Zero. Let's see if his teammate can improve on his time. It looks like he's purple sector 2 as well. So it would be great to see the two Aston Martins really giving it to the Haas drivers tonight. Oof, Avila really sending it into that final corner. He is really pushing here. Oh, and a great lap time from him with a 1:16.3. So we've got a Aston Martin Haas for the first run, which is looking very spicy for the race, and some strategy options for the race. So let's follow Sacred around. He's going to go for another attempt. He knows he's faster than that, and he's staying on those tyres. He thinks he can go quicker on used tyres. So let's just have a look if he can improve on his time on those same set of softs. So he's up 2/10, which is a great first sector from him, purple first sector, in fact. So that would put him already towards the 16.9s. So let's see if he can eke out a lot more time. Because the Mercedes drivers, as I said, have been looking strong throughout this championship. So I'm expecting faster lap time from the pair of them. He's up 4/10, so looking at the 69 only, which he's really far away from any sort of pole challenge on this lap. Maybe with a fresh set of rubber he can mount more of a challenge, but yeah, I don't see it happening here. Yeah, alright, well he puts the car into P4, so it was a 16.7, so he got another 2/10 there in the sector 3. So not a bad lap, but you know, when you're looking at pole of the 16.2, a little bit daunting, looking for half a second. So all the drivers pretty much in the pits waiting for the clock to count down, waiting for the track to ramp up. Victor Killer just finishing off his lap, puts in a 17.1, puts that in P8. The Lone Ranger Alfa Romeo. Don't lose the car now on the in-lap. Let's keep it easy lemon squeezy on the in-lap. So everybody pretty much in the pit waiting for the last run. So as you can see there, with the gap to the leader, I mean, a really close top 10 at the moment. only 0.031 separating the Haas and the Aston Martin of Brian and Zero. Avilach still within that 10th, so 3 drivers within a 10th of each other. A little bit of a drop off there to P4 with Sacred the lap of I think it was a 16.7. And then again, really close times. All, plus 4 tenths, plus 4 tenths, plus 4 tenths. So really quite a close qualifying session we're having. I wonder if any drivers will be able to push the car into the 15 zone. We saw a couple of 15s last night, some low 15s last night for some of our Premier Division drivers. But Josh is a bit of a monster when it comes to quali. And while these boys drive, I've got one road to my lungs, which I'm going to tar. Much better, thank you. So, last run here in Q3. Let's see, Brad's going to wind up a lap here. So the Haas has been looking good throughout this quali session. I'll keep my eye on both the Haas drivers. Brad looking like he's going to jump the queue here and jump the traffic and get a lap in nice and early. And not have to worry about any traffic. Oof, he uses a lot of that curb there. He'll get a great exit there. But he used a lot of curb. Let's see how that lap time is looking after Sector 1. Looks like Arnie Gous is going to be joining me in the comms box shortly, which is exciting. Okay, so Brad, yeah, he's pulled out of that lap. Let's find someone else who's on the lap. Looks like Stoffel might have started a lap. So the Red Bull driver of Stoffel. Oof, goes a little bit wide, but some drivers, oh no, too early on the power. He's going to pull right out of that. Rather pull out of the lap on an area like that on corner 1. You've got time to recover, time to make it to the pits. But this is going to be a sprint to the pits now. There might even be some traffic up ahead. Who else is going to be starting a lap? So I see that it looks like the Alpine. No, what is that? Right, so let's have a look at J-Boy. He's going to be the next driver to start a lap. So let's just have a look what the Red Bull driver of J-Boy can do. As he winds it around the last corner, looking for maximum attack on that straight. So late shift down into second gear, back up to third, then short shifting all the way through. Oh, using a lot of curb there, but he'll get a great exit for doing so. A lot of downforce on this car. So he's slightly up, so yeah. Let's have a look at Avilach, one of our pole contenders. Let's check if he's up a 10th. So this is looking really good for Avilach at the moment. If he can eke out a lap or a 10th in every sector, he could be a proper pole contender here for this evening. So let's stick with him for a little bit. Zero is still on a lap as well, so I'm going to stick on Zero, Avilach, Sacred not on a lap. So let's stick with the Aston Martins for now. Zero. So let's see what Avilach can do. He's going to be the first driver over the line. He was looking like he was improving on his lap. So will it be enough for a pole attempt? Yes, it will. A 16.2. Lovely lap from him. Will it be enough? Zero coming in right behind him. Let's see if Zero can steal it away right from his teammate. Yes, he can. A 15.8. So that is the best time we've seen so far in quali. A 15.8. Finally, someone into the 15s. And Hanku will be very happy about that. Arnie Gous. How are you, buddy? Very well, and you, man? Thank you for joining me tonight. You've missed plenty. We've had a hell of a qualifier here. The drivers are super close, as you can see. I'm just having a look if anybody's going to challenge Zero on that lap. And it looks like that's pole for Zero, really. A 15.8, so the only driver in the 15s. So the two Aston Martins locking out the front row, which is a full green mean machine up front there, Arnu. Oh, you came and went very quickly, my friend. And now you're back. Can we hear you on the stream? Please check if we can hear you on the stream, as this is a first attempt for me and Arnu doing this together, you know. We are teammates in Division 1, so this is not going to go so well. So Zero on pole, brilliant lap from him into the 15s, a 15.8, so a huge lap from him. Which sets him up for nearly 4/10 of a second up the road from his teammate Avilach in the other Aston Martin. Brian Lee Johnson in the Haas pulling in P3, the second row of the grid there with the other Red Bull of J-Boy. Then we've got Sacred Brad, Top Gun, Dixie Killer, T-Flu, and Stoffel rounding up the top 10 for the Hungary Grand Prix in Division 2. So great quali session, close one. Zero pulled that out from nowhere. Great work from him. Great work from the Aston Martin team. So looking pretty there up top in green. Yeah. So
By the looks of it, I am in a Williams.
you're in a Williams. Did you not spectate? Did you grab a car?
I did grab a car.
No, Arnu, man. You can't do the race, unfortunately, bud.
Yeah, well, I missed last night, so I might as well go for my second attempt.
So the lights, here we go. So no formation lap because of the problems last night with the glitch. There's no formation lap. So away we go, Zero. Let's get on board with the Aston Martin of Avilach. So Zero getting great head start here. Oh, the Haas taking out the Alpine almost with a wide angle there. The Red Bull getting through before the Haas, getting onto the curbs. The Haas is through of Brad. Top Gun making up some places there as well. While Zero pulls away, Avilach right behind him. A hell of a battle going on here for P3 as we've got three cars going wide. A Red Bull in and amongst it on a lot of pressure from the cars behind. Oh, so there's a lot of work going on here for this last podium place. Brad's starting to pull a little bit away. So let's see here. So Top Gun and Brad both making up two positions on the start. Zero and Avilach just taking it easy, and those Aston Martins are pulling away from the pack already quite nicely. Let's have a look at the tyres, Arnu. So the two Aston Martins out in front on softs, followed by Brad on the hards. He's taking a bit of a gamble like I did last night on the hards, starting on the hards, going long, hoping for some safety cars.
So by the looks of it, looks like Puffbase actually does have damage. It's going very slow around.
Oh yeah, so he's coming into the pits. Thanks for that, Anu. So he's coming into the pits. Definitely some front wing damage on his car. He's followed by Anu.
That's me.
Anu, how did it look from the back, the race? Looks like we've got
it was a bit messy into corner one.
Looks like we've got a yellow flag here. I'm just seeing what's going on here. It looks like a yellow, and I'm hoping this isn't Any sort of safety car? Doesn't look like it.
No, so we might as well. I think it was just my car retiring, so that's why we have a yellow in sector 1.
Okay, cool. So it looks like another yellow flag in sector 1 and 2 now, and the whole track's gone yellow, so I'm wondering if these guys are under VSC and we're just getting a little delayed.
There we go, we've got a, was it a Williams?
Was it a Williams?
Saki Bierner! He is out of the race.
No, he's in the Alpine, yes, the
Alpine.
Alpine of Saki Bierner. Oh, that's disappointing for him. So I'm not sure what happened. Did you catch anything there, Arnu?
No, I did not, but this does give Pofme some time to catch up to the grid.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, they've gone green again, so not much.
Not much.
Yeah, not much, unfortunately. But the two Aston Martins of Zero and Heinrich are really moving here on those softs up ahead. I mean, they've got a little bit of a buffer with Brad in between on the hards. They really need to move and pull away from the pack if they want to make that soft strategy work.
Because as we saw yesterday, you had quite a good run. The hards woken up around lap 8.
Yeah, look,
and you started to catch up.
I was also surprised by the soft runners ahead of me. Look, I had some mean, fast guys ahead of me last night, but they started on the softs and they lasted till lap 12 or 13 on those softs. And I started to close the gap on the hards, but catching them was another story, hey? So it's a bold move, and we'll see what happens here with strategies and so when safety cars come into play. But so far so good. One VSC, but so far so good, aren't you?
Let's just see if there's anything spicy.
Yeah, let me know if you'll see any
there's a spin out by
Electronica. Yeah, so Electronica, he's don't beach the car, so he's making his way back on track now. So he's dropped right to 15th. Gives Postmate something to chase, even though he's almost a lap behind, unfortunately, after that pit stop. He looks like he's got a penalty as well. I mean, he's got a 5-second penalty as well. He must have sped into the pit lane. So really unfortunate for the McLaren driver, Postmate, after a decent qualifying.
Must be. So we've got Killer right on the gearbox of Stoffel. So I'm just going to have a look at this little fight here.
Thanks for that. I'm jumping on board with 60 Killer. Oh, and another big battle going on here. Oh, and a little bit of contact there with Sacred and Brian Lee Johnson. Sacred going for the win. Now he's under pressure, Sacred. He just lost 2 positions after making the move on Brian Lee Johnson and getting a little bit tapped out there off the track. So not sure if the stewards will have a look at that after the race, but a little bit aggressive there from the Haas driver. So
there is a lot going on.
Yeah, absolutely. There's the good fight. The two Aston Martins are really pulling their weight now, though, up ahead.
So Sacred, he just went off track a little bit. But he will be getting DRS now.
So I'm also having a look, Arnu, at this battle between J-Boy, Top Gun, and Brian Lee Johnson. They're all within, 10 meters of each other. So let's jump on board with me with Brian Lee Johnson. And let's have a look at these 3 cars here. The Red Bull of J-Boy having a look, deciding not to go for any sort of move into turn 1, but maybe looking for the run here with DRS. Into turn 2, no, a little bit far back on this occasion. I'll keep my eye on this battle as Sacred also really moving quickly now. He's going to make up places quickly, I think. He's a fast driver.
So he's on the softs as well. So we've got, who was this? Sector 1, looks like a Ferrari. Was it Ron? Was it Electronica? Let's see, does not have any damage, any visible damage. But he's going around very slow. Ooh, a big snap.
So a gap there. The Ferraris and the McLarens having an absolute nightmare of the opening stages of this race. And what do you think, Arnu? The Aston Martins, bro, on the softs there, looking pretty, hey? They are flying.
Might be a double podium for them.
Geez, if they can walk away with a 1-2, that's a big result for the team. I mean, yeah, geez, Zero's pulled a 3-second gap on Abilak, who's got a 2.5-second gap on Brad. So really, they are pulling away now, and going to make that soft strategy work. If there's no safety cars, this could really work out for them. So Brad, Top Gun, and J-Boy. Here comes Brad. J-Boy coming for the move. Thinks twice about doing the move, but he's right on the gearbox of Top Gun.
Brad is also in a bit of a tough space right now.
Oh, sure. So J-Boy really wants this because he's getting quite a lot of pressure from J-Boy behind. J-Boy is also looking very quick. And he really wants to get past these two. Oh, here comes J-Boy. So I think he's been quite held up here.
You can see he's definitely the faster driver.
Correct.
100%.
Oh, that Haas even having a quick look at the racing line or thinking about a move, not sure. So I'm just going to stick with this battle. It's probably the closest battle on track. There's quite a few battles going on track. Both the Mercedes drivers are very close. I don't know if you want to just keep your eye on those Mercs for me while I stick with this battle for P4.
Keep my eye on that.
I see Dixie Killer's very close to Sacred, and T-Flu also getting very close to Big Boy. So if you can just keep your eye on that and let me know if there's any action that side.
I'm also having a look at Dixie. It's not right. He's ready for this.
Oof.
So you said last night the softs were falling down around lap 12.
No, so the guys were pitting. Yeah, the guys were pitting around lap 12, lap 13. I was starting to catch them around lap 8 or 9, but I actually couldn't get to the back of any of them.
Sure.
I could just close the gap on the hards. So those softs will go. You've just got to look after them, but they'll go a couple of laps. You could probably pull off a soft hard strategy here. And you throw in if you throw in a safety car, which it's too late now, but if, you throw in a safety car, you do a couple of laps under the safety car, save your tire even more. I mean, that's how I was able to go 22 laps on the mediums last night, because I think 6 or 7 of them were spent under safety car.
So these Aston Martins, they are comfortably in the lead. So if they finish like this, they will be taking the constructors.
Oh, absolutely, I think so.
So
Brian Lee Johnson going for the move here. Oh, and there's some... Jeez, that's really, really deep there from the Red Bull of J-Boy, and he loses out because of going so deep. That was a little bit wild from J-Boy. He completely missed his braking zone, and the drivers really had to just get out of the way. So well played to the drivers who did so. I'm not sure what happened to J-Boy there, and he's going to be under pressure from his teammate now, Stoffel, who's been looking quite racy as well. So I'm just having a look here. This is a really tight battle still for P4. Top Gun kind of holding this train up a little bit at the moment. Brad able to get a bit of a gap going on those hards. And Top Gun really holding back Brian, J-Boy, and Stoffel.
So we will see. Brian will now have DRS. And I'm actually thinking this is where he's going to be making his move.
Absolutely. He's already looking like he is smelling the fumes of that gearbox. And let's see what those Red Bulls do as well. I think that's going to be game over for Top Gun here. Brian Lee pulls onto the inside. Can they keep it clean? Yeah, it doesn't look like Top Gun's fighting that all too hard. He knows he didn't really have the pace there. So he gets the move done into turn 1.
Down, it looks like Chums is now in P9.
We're definitely missing out on a few overtakes, also a little bit further down on the field, absolutely. I wanted to stick with those guys because it's just been so close. Let me see the gap here. So only penalties for now is Porf Mace.
So the DRS train is running down from P4 to P10 it is. So that is super close between these oaks.
So the Haas drivers as well, Arnu, looking like a hell of a good result at the moment.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm
Yeah,
just trying to figure out if Stoffel is a bit quicker, because he has been on J-Boy super close. So
as
I
well
wanna see
as
if there's
the
gonna be any.
as the Alfa Romeo's just behind them.
Everybody's running together.
Yeah, that's I was just about to say. We've got an Alpine in the mix in P5. Otherwise, everybody's like magnets with their teammates here. We've got 2 Aston Martins,
Ooh.
2 Haas.
There we go. There it is. Team orders, as I
Okay,
thought.
so who's done the swap? Oh, so Stoffel is through.
Stoffel is
So
through now.
J-Boys let him go. But as we were saying, I don't think I've ever seen this before. We've got 2 Astons, 2 Haas, a random Alpine. Then we've got 2 Red Bulls, 2 Alfa Romeos.
Ooh, wait a minute.
It's
What's going on
strange.
in Sector 1? Something happened in Sector 1. Big boy. Yeah,
So are the Haas drivers going to call some team orders here as well, with Brian right on the back of Brad for P3?
Otherwise, he's just going to be wasting his mediums.
You know, Brad is on an alternative strategy. You're right, Anu.
Well, we saw the same with.
Will he have to get it done on
track?
track, though? You know, I mean, I wouldn't want to give up a P3 as much as you want to give up a P3. So it looks like it's pure racing going on here.
And also the Haas are going to be. There we go. Oh no, he's
just having a little squiz. Oh,
So
here we go. No, surely he'll make the move. Yeah, he's got a great run here. He's got to get the move done here, surely. Slots back in. You've got to be bold. You've got to be brave, Brian.
Obviously, as well, it's your teammates, so you don't want to be having any conflict between you two.
Yeah, but you want a podium spot. This is all for, you know, we all next to everybody's racing their teammates.
Everybody wants that podium.
I don't think I've ever seen anything. Okay, so we've missed some changes here. So Top Gun. So Stoffel's moved up ahead of Top Gun here, so we've missed that move. But Stoffel making a place up. Top Gun's still close behind him. So well done there for Stoffel. He's making some pretty big gains, and he's looking absolutely racy.
He's coming out with a fresh pair of mediums.
Okay, so was he on softs, Arnu? I'm not sure. You'd assume he was on softs for pitting so early. This is around the time people are going to be starting to look for pit stops, on the softs at least.
Exactly, the softs. So I want to see, Avila 0, obviously 0 will have the say of who's coming in first. There's a big gap between those two teammates.
So yeah, 0 pulled out a 7.2 gap so far, which is a massive gap. He's really moving. So looking really pretty in P1. He's almost just putting in practice laps at this point. No real racing. A little bit lonely out there. But we'll watch him because it's starting to get a little spicy on those red compound tires, I'm sure. So Brian Lee Johnson still right at the back. Sorry, Avni. Oh, we got a safety car. We've got a safety car.
This is perfect.
What has happened?
Will we see Will the Aston Martins double stack? I'm sure they will. There will be enough time.
Have they passed the pits?
They have, but they're on the way. They're on the way, so they'll be able. They'll have time.
They've got enough of a gap there to
have a comfortable. Yeah.
Absolutely, they don't need a double stack there.
So there might be some. We'll see maybe Stoffel getting in between Brad and Brian Lee.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. And a great time for the soft runners here.
In between there as well.
It couldn't be more perfect for any of these soft drivers to just go straight onto the hard tire and, you know, game over, one pit stop, half the time spent. And the guys who have just pitted might have really just lost out here. As you said, Cowboys just pitted the lap before, and that's not really going to work for him now. So 0 out on medium, so 0's going to go mediums for the rest of the race, which is pretty bold. And his teammate does the same.
This might be a little bit of a stupid question, but I've been having a look at the brake bar. And, well, now everybody has changed their tires, but if you look at Brian Lee, there is a little bit of a red. I wonder what that means. I don't know if you can see it.
Let's have a look for
So if you look at the brake bar, you can see the brake going up.
Yeah, that is quite strange. I can see something to that effect.
So the harder they brake, those two lines move up. So I'm just
we've got Professor Gous teaching us about
trying to study what's going on.
Yeah, buddy, that is quite interesting. I've never seen that before.
It might mean something, and maybe that's something.
And I can see if you look at the comparison between Stoffel, I don't know if the viewers are noticing what we're talking about, but where you see the brake there on the left side of the telemetry, bottom left, there's like a little red line. So if you look at the difference between Stoffel, for example, Abner, have a look at Stoffel with me quick and see how far progressed his braking little line is. Compare it to another driver and someone like Avilach, and it's far less. So I think you might have hit on to something there, my friend.
Maybe there's something we can improve some lap time by doing that.
Sure.
I don't know, race pace.
No, you've opened up Pandora's box, buddy. I don't know what's coming out of it.
And next week we will be able to explain to you guys. So me and Nick will go on a little bit of a study for this week.
You're going to research?
Yeah, we will do the research.
I don't know. I don't trust you, buddy. I don't see it happening. So the viewers, don't lie to the viewers, Anya.
Yeah, I know.
It's not fair, buddy.
That's not fair.
All right, so Brian, wait, I'm a bit confused. Sorry. Brian Lee Johnson hasn't pitted. Why has he chosen to stay out on 12-lap-old mediums? And why do we have a Ferrari in front of Avilach?
Do we?
Yes,
we do.
We do.
Maybe the game will allow them to pass, but
so,
obviously...
S11 is a lap behind, and I've seen this before here, where, you can't overtake this guy gets slotted in, and it just makes life very difficult for the guys who want to get a clean break from the safety car restart.
And especially for Avilach, he wants to be sticking with 0, he doesn't want to be held back.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure there will be some blue flags as soon as we've got a green flag.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is true. We should have some blue flags there for the Ferrari driver. But Brian Lee Johnson, a little bit weird of a decision not to pit at the safety car restart. Any thoughts on that, buddy?
Let's see. Sorry, man. I'm just on this Google. I'm very interested. We've got time now.
Come on, we're going to throw you to the sky pad with Karun Chandok, and he's going to tell us all about it in a second. You just got to figure it out. So I'm sure Zero is going to want to try and just get away as quick as possible again, and he's going to, Brian's going to have to get one hell of a good start to even compete on 13 lap tires. Everyone behind him, and I mean everyone behind him, is on fresh tires. From second position down to 16th position, the oldest set of tires is 3 laps old. So Brian looking, I think that's a silly move, and when he does have to pit, when eventually it's going to drop him right down. Oh, so I just got some information from Shane. I'm going to send it to you now on your red line, green line thing. But let's go for the restart. So not a bad getaway there from Brian. He caught Zero a little bit napping there. Zero would have liked to be a lot closer than that. Avilach as well, under a lot of pressure from Brad. Oh, and Brad's looking for the move. Gets the inside, and it's clean. It's clean. Maybe a little bit of a kiss, but Brad looks like he's moved through. That Ferrari really getting in the way now.
AC Tronica is moving to the side, so he's at least letting them through.
So Dixie Tiller on the back of Stoffel and Avilach. So Avilach Losing out here, Brad with a bold move into turn 1 on the inside, got away with it. I don't think there's any damage on the Aston Martin. Front end plates are all still there. And Zero is right on the back of Brian Lee Johnson on those old tyres. I'm sure Zero is going to breeze past come the next straight. So I'm just going to stick with Zero as we might see a change from the lead here, although I didn't think Brian could hold out too long on those old tyres of his.
I'm just trying to look if there's any damage. Is anyone popping into the pit?
Okay, so Zero coming in for the move here. Brian Lee Johnson weaving like a madman, but Zero with the move into turn 1, clean, precise and clinical from him, and puts himself right back up into the top spot where he has been for most of the race. So really good showing here from Zero. Great stuff since he's got his wheel back and fixed. He was on controller for a couple of weeks and not quite the same.
That must be a downgrade.
Oh yeah, you try. It's like relearning to walk.
Yeah. I was trying to go around this lap, and I must say I almost missed my braking point since the back of his axe.
What lap 1? Oh, so contact between the two Haas drivers. Not a clever. That opens up the door for Abilach. Abilach will move past Brad. Brad really sticking his nose in there, and not the cleanest racing I've seen. Oh, now Abilach is losing another place from Stoffel.
Yeah.
Brad being a little bit aggressive there. I must say, getting in, so we've got another yellow flag up.
Who is that? That is a Mercedes.
Looks like we're okay. Looks like we're going to carry on racing. So Brian, someone's into the pits. Brian Lee Johnson finally into the pits. Wow, that's going to drop him right back down. Not sure what he thought that was going to happen there with not pitting at the safety car, but look, maybe there's another story that I'm not sure of.
Avila fighting now with J-Boy. Stoffel is 3 to P3. But Avila is going to have the advantage of the medium tyre. But will he last to the end?
I'll tell you something. I've said it a couple of laps ago. Stoffel looking hella racy. The guy was looking great early stages of the race against his teammates, and now on these hards, I don't know. Watch out for him at the end. Those hards are going to come into their own a little bit later. If he can stay with Brad, sure, it's on, eh?
Yeah.
So, going a little bit further down the pack, we've got Chums and Dixie Killer, the two Alfa Romeos sticking together there.
Sticking together. They're keeping it.
Quite a tight pack there, Arnu, from pretty much, from J-Boy, from Top Gun, really, sorry. So Dixie Killer nearly ran into the back of J-Boy, which is why I sounded like a pregnant woman screaming. Sorry about that, but I got quite excited. So the two Alfa Romeos here, that's a lot of oversteer there from Chums, and that's going to lose some time on the straight. Chums looking like he's got a huge amount of top speed on the straight. I mean, he's nearly clocking 320. So I'm wondering how much downforce he's got on that car. As last night, I think I was hitting about 310.
Yeah, my top speed was not the best.
307, 308.
Like this.
No, that's there's a penalty for blue. So let's have a look at the penalty.
There we go, for Killer as well. 3-second time penalty.
Sure.
Unfortunate.
Oh,
He's letting his teammate pass. Very good.
Nice work from them.
So that's what you need, obviously. Even if it's in the early stages, you're still going to need that team game.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you're not going to make it. You're going to be taking each other out.
Yeah. Yeah, and with the weird race we're having, everyone seems to be just racing their teammates tonight.
That is true.
It's weird, man. It's like you and me on a practice evening.
On a practice evening. When it comes to the race, you are always out in front.
I don't know about that, buddy. Those Mercedes are
somehow
quite daunting.
You forget about the field sometimes, you know?
No,
gives me the podium.
You know how to hurt me, eh? You know how to hurt me, man. That was painful. Anyway, let's have a look at some gaps further down. Big boy, right on the back of Cowboy. He's got a great run out of the last corner. I'm sure with the DRS open, he's going to make the stick.
Something that I've noticed now, if you have a look at Brad's ERS down to 11, with Stoffel behind him with 50%. So Brad is going to be struggling in a little bit as soon as he gets into that DRS. He's going to have some problems if he does not start saving up.
Absolutely. Stoffel are really looking racy on those hards, but Avilach putting a hell of a lot of pressure on Stoffel.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
Those mediums.
J-Boy again. That's a really tight battle here for P3.
There we go.
Oh, Avilach really
wants
this. Is he going to make that
into
stick?
The inside.
Oh, no, he was wise to that. He was wise
just
to that.
Just sticking his nose in there just to show Stoffel that he is there.
Absolutely. He knows he's quick. He can make this move happen almost at any corner he wants, but it's a tight track. It's a twisty track. And to do it cleanly, he's going to eat him, I think, on the straight.
Just going to have a better exit, advantage. Sure.
Yeah, and with the helping of DRS, I think
maybe not this straight, but the next.
Let's have a look here. I know Avilach to go for some bold ones. Not this time. Let's have a look here. He's really close. That's a good exit, but this is a very short straight to get the move done.
A better one.
Come on, Avilach.
Will he go around the outside?
Bit of a problem there with Stoffel. Oh, and that's contact. That's the Red Bull into the side of the Aston Martin. That's the Red Bull.
Virtual safety car. That opened the door for J-Boy to come straight through.
So, contact with the Red Bull and the Aston swung the Aston off the track. That was Stoffel, and he's missing a front wing now. So that's, as I was saying, Stoffel looking so racy. That's heartbreaking for him. Just a bit of contact going into a corner where two shouldn't go.
Was it worth it? I don't know.
Avilach got the move done.
He did indeed. Alright, so Shaney, red line and green line is ERS management. Okay.
Let me send this to you. Has he sent it to you as well?
He has sent it to me.
Okay, good. So because you're the guy that's on it. Red is how much
you have recovered over a lap, and green is how much you have left to use on the lap. Okay.
Of what?
For your ERS. That is your ERS. So,
no, but what's on but surely that's on the accelerator. Okay, so the green. The green. I see. Sorry, just talk to me like I'm in preschool. Okay. So on the right side is the green one.
Sends me an image.
Okay. Talk to me.
Let's see. Is that a full safety car?
No, it's a virtual. So we'll keep our eyes. We'll keep our eyes on you.
Keep your eye on
Absolutely.
The race.
I'll shut you up when necessary.
There we go. Let's see.
Okay, so we green Anu. So have a quick read there while I just take us back. Avilach looking to make up a place here on J-Boy for P3.
I'll have a look a bit later. I need to have.
Yeah, let's have a look. I'm sure we'll have another safety car moment. So again, a big battle going on for the top positions. A little bit more of a gap throughout the field. So I'm going to stick with J-Boy, Avilach, Chums, and Dixie Killer here because it's anyone's guess who is in this last podium spot. Avilach looking very racy.
Brad also now struggling, but he has
more contact between Avilach and the Red Bull of J-Boy now.
Yeah. Avilach is very, very hungry. He knows he's quicker.
Yeah, so that Red Bull has moved very quickly past. Let's have a look at the tire. These guys are looking very quick compared to the cars around them.
100%.
So the cars around them are on hards, and I think that's what we're seeing. I wonder if anyone's got damage from that little...
Chums up to P3.
Brilliant work from him.
Brilliant. Because he was... few laps ago he was running with Killer. Killer let him pass, and now he's in the podium.
And now he's even looking really down the neck of J-Boy in P2.
Avilach might be... Ooh, there's a little moment of
someone... Yeah, and Sacred as well.
Avilach's definitely going to stick this into the inside as we know him.
Yeah, just Avilach making some bold moves here to get back onto the podium. I think he's got the pace.
But also, he knows he's in a bit of danger because there's two hard runners. His mediums are going to struggle a bit then.
Yeah, and, so he needs to get past now.
If he's not keeping up with them, they're going to be running away.
That's it. If he doesn't get past now, those are going to fall away from him, and the cars around him, they'll have the advantage. So let's go a little bit further down the field. I see Pork Mace here, right on the back of Big Boy, only half a second down. Oh, also Top Gun. Oh, it's a Top Gun making a move. I'm just catching a move here. Top Gun and Brand having a ding-dong battle. Top Gun moving up. He looks like he's got the move done on Brad. Brilliant stuff from them. Great racing, side-by-side action there through the second sector, which you don't really see. So really good racing. Oh, and Top Gun having a huge oversteer moment.
Just having a look now. Bradley Smith. Is that Brad? In the horse?
My brother, I don't know.
We have a message here. Oh no, my inverter died. So that might be Brad. I'm just going to have a look.
Is that from Brad? Oh,
yes.
No, let's have a look here. Wait, hold on. I'm on board with
AI.
him.
Yeah, so...
Is this AI?
Is it? Yeah. It is AI.
Yeah, that's slow.
That's unfortunate,
Brad. No, Bradley. Time to replace those lithium batteries, my man. So, Zero, we haven't spoken about Zero much, Arnu. But with almost 10 laps to go, the Boyki has pulled out a 12.5-second gap here. And he is chowing the field at the moment. This is like a Max Verstappen type of kind of domination station we're looking at here.
Max on steroids, that is.
She's spot. So I'll tell you something, Mr. Hanku, you know, you're going to have to drop back, buddy. Otherwise, you're going to very quickly find yourself fighting me and Josh there, bud.
Ploy used. Okay, Killer, I think I'm hearing him. Yes,
oh,
he is
yeah,
right
let's get on to
dipping into the pits.
Dipping?
Why?
Didn't expect that. Bold.
No.
Is he banking on a safety car? Oh, and a 5-second penalty to boot. No. What's going on at Aston Martin? Who made the call? And who needs to be shot at the pit wall? He goes for softs, but now he's serving the penalty. I'm going to swear this is painful to watch. He's gone from podium places to... What? Why? Did he have damage, Arnu?
I'm not too sure. He was dropping down.
I don't think I saw
I did see Killer right on him very quick. So this is very good for the Alpha.
So weird decision there. It has to be said for Abilach. Not sure why he pitted off those tires. He was competitive around the... maybe he had damage.
I think he had damage.
He must have had damage. He's a smart boy. I don't think he would have made a silly decision. And he must have had a front nose change. I should have stayed with him for the pit duration and made sure. I did miss that. So I'm assuming damage.
Oof. There we go. That is a Ferrari again. So the Ferrari's not having a good night.
She's not running in 15th and 16th.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, this is definitely a track you need to practice. As we know, I know.
Not your fault last night, buddy. So the reason why there was no formation lap tonight was because apparently
there we go, safety car.
Well, there we go. So
Abilach.
I'll tell you what, Abilach, buddy,
soft.
You are now really back into this race. Look how many cars are coming into the pit lane. I wonder where Abilach is around the track.
So he will be around quite far. P8.
He's quite far away, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But most cars should be pitting.
They'll be jumping 4 cars. P9.
So Zero out ahead. What do you do, Arnu? Zero should pit as well. You cut the pit stop in half. So 22 seconds, half of that 11. He's got an 18-second gap.
He can jump.
He's got to. He can pit and then come out ahead again.
Get that extra 100%. You know, even get a coffee while you're there.
Yeah, get your chicken nuggets. You know. All right, let's see here. So Chums was looking super racy at the back of J-Boy. So I'm interested to see. I don't think we've got our podium just yet, Adnu. I think things are going to chop and change here, bud. So Zero into the pits.
What are you snacking there?
I'm snacking.
Always snacking. Always snacking.
I got to keep myself fueled. We're sponsored now by G Fuel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we got sponsors this week. Alright, so Zero out on a new pair of softs, J-Boy out on a new pair of softs. I think pretty much everyone's going to be out on a new pair of softs, to be honest. So, as much as this still hurts Abilak quite badly.
Yeah, everybody's on fresh tires.
Yeah,
It's...
he must have had damage.
Yeah, he got that four positions back, but it's not what he wanted.
No. Disappointing.
Too
But
few.
look, the grid is completely mixed up again. Teammates are all over the show. So from running closely to each other, everyone is now all over the show. And as the bunch packs up, we're going to have 8 laps of racing if we don't get another safety car.
Yeah.
So Ron picking up a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Silly. Now you've got to watch your delta time. You don't want to pick up silly penalties like that. So let's run through the penalties quickly, actually, while we're here. Dixie Killer on 3 seconds in 5th. So now with the safety car being bunched up, these guys are going to lose out massively, in the next couple of laps. So T-Flu sitting on a 3-second penalty. Avilach on a 5-second penalty. Not sure if he picked up a second one because I saw him serve one in the pits. So not sure why he's got another 5-second. Big Boy in 11th with a 3-second penalty. And Ron right at the back with a 5-second penalty. So, yeah. Combination of pit lane entry speeds, yellow flag speeding, as well as corner cutting, I think, across the board.
So, hopefully for Killer. Brian is on the mediums, and he will be battling a bit, keeping Stoffel behind. And if he can get that 3-second gap, is good. If not, he's not good.
Yeah, completely agree.
But that's some good points for the team if they can finish as is.
Yeah, absolutely. They're looking pretty there as a team. I mean, the Alfa Romeo's looking like the biggest point scoring team at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's see what Abilach can do.
For Aston Martin.
Yeah, they were looking so pretty for the last for the first stint of this race. Look, Zero has been outstanding so far. So,
but I must say, this has been a fantastic race. Good battles.
Yeah.
Everybody's hungry. And the teams are split up now.
What more can we want?
Yeah.
Flipping great racing here at FTR. And remember, drivers, please, if you've got a sweet overtake from tonight, send your footage through to the Overtake channel and we'll post it up after it gets voted as the sweetest overtake of the week. So yeah, please. Yeah, I got a sugar coat, a little bit of sprinkles and sparkles there on top. But post your videos, Oaks. You get some bragging rights for the week.
Puffmace.
Yeah, now what's going on? 5-second penalties.
But I'm sure Puffmace, that will be removed.
Boys.
That was
what
not
do we
his
do?
fault.
Oh, boys! Now, Big Boy into the back of fourth mate. Come on, gentlemen. This is a gentleman's sport, and you know what's happening here? I'm telling you right now, guys are getting messages saying they can overtake people.
Yeah.
There is written rules and regulations in FTR that even if the game tells you not to overtake, even if it tells you to overtake, we do not.
Do not overtake.
We do not.
Yeah.
It goes against our rules and regs. So any drivers caught doing that are in trouble here. And I think that's what's going on.
It will be removed.
So let's have a look at the front. So Zero backing up everybody. Safety car is in. Zero's backing everybody up. Let's see if you can get a clean getaway. I'm going to hang on the back here of J-Boy. And I just want to watch Zero's getaway. Oh, that's a tricky place to put the power down. Oh, and that might not work for Zero.
No.
Zero in trouble here. J-Boy really looking for this. He's going on the outside. Stick it on the outside. He's going to do the cutback. No, he's going to hang it over. He's going to look for the cutback. Little bit of bad traction coming out of there from J-Boy. That puts him under pressure from Chums. Chums coming in here now.
Down. Sacred down.
Oh, so Sacred down. A lot of drivers falling back. I'm sticking with...
Amazing.
So Brian Lee Johnson also on the back of Killer here. Brian looking very racy. And Sacred also looking very racy on the back of Stoffel. Even if he had a moment, I think he's got his traction back, and now he's looking to make up some places pretty quickly. So he's 2 tenths behind.
What we've got a little at the back, sector 2. What happened? Can't see.
So look, Zero's pulling away now. As he's shown this whole race, he's been pretty dominant. He's nearly eked out a whole second now. J-Boy having a great restart and challenging Zero, but Zero
There
now showing.
Fourth Mace going through. Teammate Cowboy lying in.
And I'll tell you what, I knew. If you want to jump on board with Dixie Killer here, we're going to see another move. Dixie Killer on his teammate. Why is he not in the slipstream? Get into the slipstream, buddy.
Brian.
Put on some ERS, buddy. What are you doing? No ERS, no slipstream. He's asking for trouble. And Brian goes shot through. I'll take that. Yeah. Why wouldn't you use the slip and some battery there? I was on 90%. So opened the door for Brian. Brian said shot.
Sometimes if you have something in front of you, something in back of you, you don't think.
Yeah, that is it. Pressure. It's easy to talk here, but when the pressure's on.
So I think we've got Ron Skitzer DNF'd in sector 1.
Oh, it's a yellow flag, but I don't see any other cars around him, so I don't think we're going to have another safety car, surely. I'm sure that'll be cleared up.
It's very late, so I'm sure the safety car.
Come on, FIA.
Yeah.
So big battle going on here for P3 again, Anu. Brian Lee on the back of Chums, on the back of him, Dixie Killer, who just gets taken from Sacred. Sacred looking on the inside, makes the move, very close, and Brian also getting ahead.
On the outside.
On the outside, sticks it. Look at Sacred. Keep your eye on Sacred now. That Merc is coming through. Zero putting in the fastest lap of the race at a very late stage with an 18.3. Oh, look at this.
Very on top of each other.
So Sacred, we got another VSC. Another VSC, just a VSC. Don't know what's happened there, but some really good racing here for the last podium spot. I'm sorry, I apologize to all the other drivers further down. I can't not watch this. But some good racing up front here. Stoffel picking up. No, and why is he pitting? Must have damage, eh?
Yeah, he retired.
That's unfortunate for Stoffel. He was having such a lekker first part of the race. I'm gutted for the Oak. Come on, Stoffel. Next week is yours, buddy. You were looking so strong, man. So Zero, with a bit of a gap, but not enough to feel comfortable just yet for the win. J-Boy keeping him pretty honest there. Then a bit of a gap down to Brian, who's been quite involved tonight. Okay, so we've gone green again. Let's just check with the gap. Sacred right on the back here of Dixie Killer. Oh, so Sacred looking for the outside move here. Is he going to stick this? Wow, that is bold. A little bit of contact. It's chaos here between Chums, Sacred, and Dixie Killer. Absolute chaos. Loving it though. It's good chaos. There's some good racing going on here. Now we've got Avilach getting involved. Sure, I don't know where to look, bud. This battle between I think
it's all over and it's gonna last until
the checker. Oh, I love it.
Until the checker.
Look at this now. Avilach making a bold move here. Oh, he's beautiful. It's beautiful. A little bit of contact again, but that was clean. It was pretty clean.
If there's a little gap, Avilach will take it.
Avilach will take it, buddy. You don't have to ask him twice. He sees it, he's going for it. And good for him. Back up into 6th after a bit of a disappointing damage earlier on in the race. Let's have a look at the other gaps a little bit further down. So we've got Big Boy hunting down Top Gun. He's getting quite close to Top Gun. He's on 6-lap-old mediums in comparison to Top Gun on the softs. I'm just looking at the gaps here. So him, Sacred, and T-Flu are the fastest the closest battles on track at the moment. The Mercs are making moves as T-Flu here really looking at Chums. Almost went for the move.
What happened to Chums?
Yeah, he kind of fell off the pace a little bit. But look, it's been absolute chaos with those couple of drivers there looking for P3. So there's been battles going on galore.
penalty's been thrown around.
Yeah,
Oprah's been in yet.
yeah, she has. She's chucked everybody a penalty. Probably 45-second penalties for Ocon somewhere.
Jeez.
That's a great meme. You get a penalty. You get a penalty. Everybody gets a penalty.
There we go. Big boy going around Puff Mace. How do you get the DRS? That's just going to allow him to break free.
Yeah, that's a lovely thing about this DRS. If you're the one on the receiving end, is that you get a double dose of it.
And it just allows you an extra bit just to break away and feel comfortable.
So 3 laps to go, Arnu. Been a hell of a race. I'm still keeping my eye very much on this midfield pack as the front is a little bit scattered. But
Zero,
from
comfortable.
He's comfy, eh? Very comfy. Even Brian
Lee,
comfortable. Yeah, but from Dixie down, it's anyone's guess really.
Yeah, Dixie, unfortunately, you will be losing that place to Sacred.
Oh, that's true. Those penalties are going to come into play, Anu.
Yeah.
Abilak as well on 5 seconds. That's also going to throw his race, man. However, he does have 2 drivers behind him, both on 3-second penalties. So if Abilak can pull a bit of a gap.
Taking that 6.
Yeah, he really just needs to pull out a 2-second gap to keep himself safe in 6th.
And he's currently on a 4.2.
That's not bad. So you see somebody's dropping down. Tiflu must have had a moment. Oh, the people are off track here. Oh, there's big moments going on. I think Tiflu lost the car. So unfortunate for the Merc there because he was actually making up some places. Just everyone getting a little bit scattered now.
For Avilach, will it be worth it now to have a battle with Sacred? I don't think so. Just stay behind there. Stick it in.
Yeah, you know.
Gonna lose that anyway.
You know, even with the penalty, I think if Avilach gets half a chance, he'll beat the Merc on track. Yeah, it's in the blood. Us drivers, we got to go for it.
Yeah. Well, even if you just see that 3-5 for crossing the line, you don't care about the,
Absolutely.
the final result.
Yeah, it's the points that count.
Yeah, and it's just about to show Sacred he can overtake him if he wants to.
So he's getting quite close. I'm also keeping my eye out on Top Gun here. Top Gun without penalties, and he's really breathing down the neck of Chums. Going wide here on the final corner to give him a good exit. Oh, he's going to eat him alive here. So he's already done it before the corner ends.
That's done. Going on to the final lap.
Brilliant. Great traction there. Good driving. Good control. Nice to see Top Gun. One of my recruits. I recruited him for FTR this season. We needed some extra drivers. He was one of my recruits, and I'm so glad to see him doing well. He's a nice guy. So, well done to you, Top Gun. Nice move there, buddy. So, Bud, as we've been talking, I don't know what's happened, but Brian Lee, right on the back of J-Boy. What's going on here?
No, this is going to go on
and
to
now
the
we are
last
heating
lap.
up here, and I'll tell you something, even Dixie, who's the horse there? Brian, so we've got J-Boy followed by Brian Lee closely.
So if I was Brian Lee, I would wait for that DRS. Don't do anything silly now.
Yeah, he's got nothing. Absolutely.
And you'll have a double dose.
Absolutely.
He's on the mediums.
Oh no, and he's got more traction. You can see it. He should be able to get this move done way before that corner even comes, to be honest. Here we go. Look at this. No, it's game over here. J-Boy, sorry buddy. We're going to have to say arrivederci.
J-Boy, he's fighting it.
Yeah. He's not letting it go easily. Oh, it's great racing. Good, well done, boys. That's great, clean racing. I love to see it. Brian Lee Johnson up into second there on the mediums. Great race from him. And I think, isn't he one of our newcomers this season?
I'm pretty sure.
That's great to see, man. Good new, fresh blood here. Gonna get a one-way ticket to Premier Division if you carry on this way, sir.
Yeah, just remember, boys, the more you get P1, you will be promoted.
So I'm going to stick on Zero here. He's winding up the last couple of corners of the race, and just a dominant performance tonight. Nobody, he left the five lights, and no one saw him again. They bunched him. Oh, no ways! No ways. Zero.
No,
you couldn't script it.
No.
I cannot believe that. As the commentators curse, I cannot believe that. No way, Zero bins
Wow.
it on the last
What
lap.
happened?
He binned it. He lost it. He binned it.
He
Bradley
lost
wraps
it.
it around the last corner to take the
Wow.
victory. Wow, Bradley, take a bow, buddy. J-Boy in second. Dixie Killer in third. Sacred in fourth. He made his way back there,
Yeah.
Sacred. Well done. Avilach, a good result given the crazy chaos he had to endure these 35 laps. So well done to him. Top Gun, a decent drive. Well done to him as well. Chums, bit disappointing. He could have had a little bit more tonight. T-Flu, a bit of a messy race as well. Could have had a bit more. But well done to the rest of the drivers finishing there. But, oh, I knew. What happened?
I have no words. There's no words. That's the last thing.
How do you even give the guy, how do you even console him?
I don't even want to go on
That
Discord
is
now.
terrible.
I saw
but
you
he-
already sent some
I
emojis
don't want to
there.
look. I don't want to look at it. My heart's broken for the Oak. We were just saying
I'm
how
sorry,
dominant it
mate.
was, a Max Verstappen performance. And as we got on board with him to follow him around for the last couple corners, something. He hit a stone. There was a
Yeah.
bird in the road, buddy. I don't know what happened. But
And
anyway.
podium. I did not think we're gonna see this podium. But
No,
well done to the
brilliant.
Oaks.
Brilliant stuff to see. Horse up
Everybody
there.
is happy.
Look at these
except-
happy animated mentally.
Yeah.
But yeah, brilliant race from the horse driver. I'm going to run you guys through the standings when we get it back now. But unbelievable racing there. I enjoyed that, buddy. Good racing in
It was
Division 2
fun.
tonight.
It was fun. I'm glad I popped on.
Yeah,
I was a bit
thanks for
late,
joining.
but obviously, fashionably late.
So take us through it. Take us through it, buddy.
All right,
please.
so P1, we've got Brian Lee Johnson. Going down to P2, J-Boy, followed by Sacred. Well done to the top three. Dixie Killer, we had an amazing race, followed by Avilach. Unfortunately, came down to P10, but he worked his way back up to P5, followed by Top Gun, Chums, T-Flu, Big Boy, and Puff Mace. That is our points. The guys with the points tonight.
Well, we actually got points till P13, I think, in this division.
we
So
do.
we've got Cowboy, Zero,
Cowboy.
and Brad.
Unfortunately, I don't think Zero, Brad will get their points.
Yeah.
Brad finished with AI, and obviously
Yeah.
Zero did
Yeah.
not finish.
Yeah, yeah. So, look, great racing there from the Division 2 drivers. Well done to all the guys who finished, and well done to the podium places. A bit of a crazy end to that one. Brian Lee Johnson, well done, buddy. You stuck it out, and things can happen, as we know, in racing. Guys, thanks for everyone for sticking with me and Arnu for tonight. And yeah, we will see you next week for more racing. And until then, have a wonderful week. Arnu, thank you for joining me, buddy. And I'll
No worries,
see you.
guys. Thank you so much. This was amazing, and I will definitely be back next week. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys. Thank you.